Greetings in the name of Yahuwah and his son Yahusha Mashiach. My name is Malak Shalomo. Today is the 2nd of September 2024. It's 10:24 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm going to break down a little strategy I'm working on here on Bitcoin. This is paper trade, simulated trading. So I'm practicing something I call the UV Chariot trade, right? So I was looking for a trade, a setup that I could use the upper deviations, which is these deviations right here. Let me just point those out. Right, so these are anchored from, all right, that's a little too big. Hold on. All right. So these deviations are anchored from the beginning of the session, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So they're anchored from this position right here. This is Camaria R3, and this is value area low, monthly value area low. So the month just changed, so we just got some new value areas from the previous month. So this is the value area low at 58,840. We have the POC on the weekly, that's at 59,159, and I gotta adjust that overnight high right there. So that's gonna go up here. So all right. So let's see here. Let me just break this down. So I'm also gonna go over to Bookmap and show you how that looks on Bookmap as well. So this here is the third upper deviation. This is the second upper deviation, and this is the first upper deviation. That's VWAP right there. That's the first lower deviation, second lower deviation, and the third lower deviation, right? So now with these trades, I like to have like a pivot level to work off of, especially like a little correlation with where I'm getting the entry. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take off that volume profile. 1 second. All right, take that off. All right, and this red area here is like a higher time frame resistance area. So let me just see here. 1 second. Go back out to the hourly chart, and I have this level here. This is actually, it's a golden top resistance zone, a golden pivot zone. So let me just show you what's the meaning of that here. All right, so we have the weekly central pivot, and we have the Camaria R3, right? That's the red line right there, and the blue line is the weekly central pivot. So this area here is a resistance zone, a golden pivot zone. And as you can see, we're getting the resistance. We pushed up in here. We started getting resistance as soon as we hit weekly Camaria R3 and pushed through that. Now we're getting some resistance at the central pivot. So this whole area here, I'm looking at it as a resistance zone and possibly looking for some short trades, right? Well, during the week, because this is going to last all week. That resistance zone there is going to last all week. All right, so let's go back to the 5-minute chart. So as the market opened here, or the session opened, right? So the UV strategy, the UV Chariot is I'm trying to catch a trend trade that's in between -2, +2 VWAP and +1 VWAP that's riding that channel right there to the upside. So this could possibly be like a retest of +1 right now for a further continuation to the upside. If it starts breaking down, then it could turn into a black sun strategy, which is a short from these levels, from +1 and +2 VWAP. So it's looking like some volume is coming in, but the volume is dropping to the downside, right? So anyway, let me just stick with the trade I was taking, the UV Chariot, right? So firstly, I tried to do a black sun strategy at the open here, shouldn't have really tried that because there was too much buying wicks here at the bottom. This is signifying that there's buyers in the market as soon as we open. And let me just take off this IB, right? All right. So right. So try to catch a black sun strategy here on a rejection of the first upper deviation. So I'm gonna have to open this up a little bit because it's a little squinged up because the market had just opened. Right. So as you can see here, we're getting rejection here from the third upper deviation, and try to go short here as we hit this level. And actually, I think, yeah, as we broke down here, I was trying to catch this short, but that wasn't really a good trade, man. So it came back up here and stopped me out at around this level here, 59,215, right? So that's where I decided to try and practice this UV strategy, UV Chariot, where I'm trying to catch a trend trade between this level here and this level here. So what I was looking for was a retest because it was looking bullish, like it's developing into like a trend which is going bullish right now, right? So I was kind of anticipating this upward move to Camarilla R3, which is at 59,773.43, right? So I placed a buy limit order here at this level, and I got filled here as we came back and we tested this level here. So my entry was, let's see, approximately 59,282 as we came back and tested this level here, this first upper deviation. Right, so I entered right there as we retested that. So it came back down. My stop was below Vwap, right? I think somewhere below, around this level here, below this weekly POC at 59,159. So it was around here, and Vwap sustained support. So we had buyers coming in. They tried to push down here. We almost got a rejection here, and then a sell-off. I was kind of watching it like maybe this trade might fail, but then we got the absorption right there, and buyers came in and started taking us up to +3 Vwap. So I decided to take profits here at Camarilla R3. But this trade, like I was saying, I'm looking for entries at a retest here of +1 Vwap. So in a trend, in an uptrend, the trade is usually, or price action is usually gonna ride above the +1 Vwap and between the +1 and +2 Vwap. If it's really strong, it's gonna come and test, like when you get these pops, right? Like in the uptrend, when you get these pops, as you can see here, it usually touches the +3 Vwap and you get like a pullback, right? So you can see here that little wick and you get a small little pullback. You get a little pullback here below +2 Vwap. When you get up to +3 Vwap again, you get that wick in action. Plus is at Camarilla R3. So this confluence is stuff that I look for like a black sun strategy where I would take a short here to try and get back down in a mean reversion situation. So now in the UV Chariot trend trade is where we're going to get this continuation and support from +1 Vwap. So it's not looking like we're gonna get that right now, but I gotta go do a discussion here with Jeremy in my Discord in Premium Tier Futures. So I just wanted to point out this trade here is just like a retest of +1 Vwap, taking it up to Camarilla R3 just above +2 Vwap. So I'm developing this strategy right now. Alright, y'all, so it's a Malak Shalomo. That was my breakdown on my UV Chariot trade, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. We're gonna do some trading on the ES futures. All right, y'all. It's Malak Shalomo. Y'all trade safe and stay blessed.